What's going on, guys? Today, I want to talk about the benefits of learning from a mentor. And just for some background information, I had the privilege of working with multiple mentors who helped get me to where I am today. And to be honest, they made it easier for me. They helped me follow a proven system. And, I wouldn't be where I am today without them. If you were to ask me 2 years ago that I'd own multiple apartment complexes and mobile home park, I'd say that you're crazy, but that is kind of my reality today. So, kind of back to the original benefits of having a mentor. So, what kind of helped me was it expedites your journey by following a proven system. So, with apartment complexes, mobile home parks, self storage, industrial, triple net, single family homes, whatever you want to invest in, real estate hasn't really changed for a long time, and you don't have to recreate the wheel. You can just follow a proven system, and that's what's nice. It takes around 10,000 hours to master a topic. So it takes 10,000 hours to master apartment complexes, 10,000 hours to master mobile home parks, 10,000 hours to master self storage. But by working with a mentor, you can just learn from their mistakes and their 10,000 hours, right? Like, why make the same mistakes that someone else made when you can learn from it and be proactive, right? And just to kind of preface it, even though you're following a proven system, you'll still make your own mistakes, right? And then kind of learn as well. So, despite having the best mentor, despite following a proven system, just know that you will fall down. But with having a mentor, they can help you get back up and how to move forward, right? So that's what's really nice about having a mentor. Like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just expedite your journey by following their system and making tweaks along the way. So the next benefit of having a mentor is just having someone remove the fear, right? Like a lot of us start off in single family homes because it's more comfortable, to be honest. It's less intimidating. And I went through the same issue, right? Like I saw my parents, we just had a home that we lived in, and maybe they had one townhouse out there renting out. So, to me, it seemed a bit more normal to start off in single family. It's less intimidating. My parents did it. I had other extended family who owned rental properties, but they're all single family homes. And what was kind of common in my family was, if they wanted a trip to a bigger house, they would just keep the last house and use it as a rental. So that's what I kind of saw my entire career or my whole life. And just the thought of owning an apartment complex or mobile home park or self storage or anything in my mind, I was like, oh, this is only what rich people do. This is what super millionaires do. And it just felt way out of my league. That was kind of the mindset that I had. But just by, learning from a mentor and kind of learning from their journey, it really helped, number one, inspire me, but also kind of remove the fear because I have the mentality of, if this person can do it, so can I. Right. And I want to learn from this person to expedite my journey and so I can get there even faster than what they did. And that's the whole point, right? So, just working with a mentor and being around other, students, it helped remove my fear. I was seeing other fellow students, get their first apartment complexes, and I just knew it was a matter of time before, I got my first apartment complex, and I was able to accomplish that in about 6 months, right? So, like I said, never in my wildest dreams, if you asked me 2 years ago that I'd own multiple apartment complexes, I'd say you're crazy. So, it helped remove the fear. Like I said, there's a lot of unknowns in investing in apartment complexes. Even if you follow a proven system, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. But just knowing that I had somebody with a lot of experience who's done it before kind of guide me just made it very comforting to know that, yes, there will be hiccups along the way, but I have the resources to be able to solve that problem and to move forward from that problem and ultimately learn from that problem so that when I buy my next apartment complex, I won't make that same mistake again. So, the next benefit of having a mentor is they hold you accountable in taking action, right? So, the number one kryptonite of all real estate investors is analysis paralysis. And to be honest, I was stuck in analysis paralysis for a long time as well. I'm a pharmacist by background. Obviously, I'm highly educated, have a doctorate degree, but what comes of that is a lot of skepticism, right? Like we want to know every single detail before taking the leap of faith. But what I've learned is no matter how much you spend on education, listening to YouTube, podcasts, reading books, learning from mentors, you learn the most by taking action. As I mentioned, I consumed many hours of podcasts, read multiple books on multifamily, joined a mentorship. And what the mentorship helped me do was just hold me accountable and taking action, right? Just having someone say, "Hey, Stephen, did you send out your letters to this month? Did you pick up your phone when the people responded? Are you reaching out to brokers? Are you analyzing deals? Like, what are you doing?" Right? Just having someone tell me what to do and following that plan, it just helped me be accountable, right? And obviously, I had to kind of pay for some mentorship, so I have some skin in the game as well. I've spent money, and I want to be successful, right? I want to see a return on my investment on that. So just kind of having a mentor hold you accountable, as well as joining a community of like-minded individuals that they're sharing their success and sharing what action they're taking. It kind of inspires you, right? So like I said, a lot of the information you can get for free out there via YouTube, podcast, books. You don't have to join a mentorship, but the main component of what helped make me successful is just having someone hold me accountable in terms of sending my letters out and just taking daily consistent action. So, obviously, if you can take daily consistent action yourself and you're fearless, maybe you'll be successful without a mentor, right? So that's what kind of inspired me in, creating my course and kind of creating a community of like-minded individuals. With the course, obviously, it's an A through Z system to help remove a lot of the fear that people have. The course is more action-based, to be honest. So the intent of the course is to get you to take action, right? Like I don't want you just to take the course and just sit in the sideline and do nothing, right? That's not the intent of the course. I want you to take the course and to send out your mailers, to pick up your phone, to analyze deals, to attend the weekly Q&A sessions, to bring deals for me to analyze, walk you through, because that's the whole point of a community, right? We want to build each other up. And, the goal of my course and my community is to share all that I've learned, provide a proven system for you to follow, but also connect you with a group of other like-minded students and individuals to learn from one another, right? And myself included. Like even though I'm the one teaching, I'm going to be learning from the students as well, right? Because like I said, like no matter how much education you had, you're always learning. So yeah, I just want to create a like-minded community of people who are growth mindset, growth oriented, and just want to learn and give back to each other, right? So that's what I kind of hope to create in terms of the course and the community. And I think that's a lot more valuable than the actual content itself. But like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I create a system that can help you get your first off market deal and go through A to Z, right? How to pick your market, how to analyze a deal, how to send a mailing campaign, how to negotiate with owners off market, how to do your due diligence, how to manage your property manager, how to select your property manager, how to select your general contractor, right? There's a lot of steps in there. And just know that as, I start to educate students and work through more and more deals, the course is going to continuously improve as well, as it should, right? So I'm going to improve, my students will improve, the course will improve, the mentorship will improve. So like I said, I want to help students achieve what I've done in a faster time frame and to learn from my mistakes, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm just one step ahead of you. And I want to show you how to get there faster and then learn from my mistakes. And I'm also going to learn from your mistakes as well. So that's what really inspired me once again to create this course and to kind of create a community of like-minded individuals. And it's very fulfilling for me to kind of help people achieve what I achieve faster. So the next benefit in working with a mentor is leveraging their resources in their network. Once again, I work with multiple lenders. I have multiple insurance stockbrokers, mortgage brokers, general contractors, a team that I've developed just by scaling my own portfolio and be able to share that with, the community. You can leverage that. You can leverage your skills and resources and just know what's possible, right? Like for me, I think the most important part of mentorship was just knowing that it's possible, right? Like I've never seen someone who works full time and owns 90 units of real estate, and doing three large, heavy value add deals. And, I'm living proof of that. So hopefully that inspires somebody as well, right? Like, just being able to see that it is possible to work a full time W-2 and still have a real estate business. So, just wishing that I saw someone that would have inspired me. But since I didn't see anyone doing that, I decided to just put myself out there and hopefully inspire somebody else. And kind of the next question is, well, how do you pick your mentor? Um, it's much simpler than you think. Just pick someone who inspires you, right? Like I said, a lot of this information in regards to apartment complexes, mobile home parks, self storage, all the information is the same out there. It's just a matter of who resonates with you, right? Like, maybe you'll resonate with me because, I'm a high income working full time as a W 2 while also scaling a real estate portfolio without any partners, right? That may inspire you. If that's the case, maybe I'll be a good mentor for you. But let's just say you want to be a syndicator and you want to go from 0 to 1,000 units syndicating. It's a different business model, and I'm not the best mentor for that, right? I don't do the syndication model. I just own all the real estate myself, right? So it really depends. Pick someone who wants to inspire you. Pick someone that's doing that you want to do, right? Like if you want to, scale a 100 unit portfolio while working a full time W-2 without any partners, then learn from me. If you want to learn from like I said, scale to 1,000 units as a syndicator, pick a mentor that is syndicated, 2,000 units, right? You want to make sure that they're just one step ahead of you. So what's kind of nice about working with, a mentor who's like kind of one step ahead of you, it doesn't seem as intimidating, right? Because like I said, I was only like 2 years ago, I only had like 5 units. And about 2 years later, I'm at a 90 and growing. Right. But if I were to learn from someone like Grant Cardone, who has, $4 billion of real estate, that's intimidating. Like, to be honest, like, I think he's just so far out of my league. He's super wealthy. Of course, he has that success, but you want to learn from somebody who's just like one step ahead of you. That's it. Because, like I said, I remember not too long ago having analysis paralysis and thinking that apartment complexes was impossible for me. And 2 years later, I own multiple apartment complexes. And now I think, geez, like I can get to 1,000 units, but obviously I need time to do that. But I could literally envision myself owning 1,000 units without any partners, and potentially still working at a full-time W-2, right? So like I said, just pick someone who's doing that what you want to do, and to follow that system, right? So like if you want to own a large portfolio without any partners, follow someone that owns a large portfolio without any partners. And lastly, just pick a mentor that resonates with you, right? Like that could be me. Maybe I resonate with you in the way I tell stories and the way that I educate. Great, I'll be a great mentor for you. Or maybe you want somebody who, owns 2,000 units and syndicates. Maybe they resonate with you. So the way I kind of phrase it is your vibe attracts your tribe. So, for me, I'm very unfiltered, very transparent. I'm just the way I am, on camera and off camera. If you ever met me off camera. So if that resonates with you, then you'll probably love learning from me. But if this doesn't resonate with you, you'll hate learning from me. So, like I said, just pick somebody who resonates with you. For me, once again, I put myself out there because I didn't see many Vietnamese Americans who are on the younger end working a W-2 pumping out real estate content. So I kind of felt obligated in terms of giving back to the Vietnamese American community and putting myself out there, right? Like I said, for the past 2 years, I was very busy acquiring a bunch of real estate. But now that the assets are more stabilized, I have the opportunity to kind of give back. And to be honest, it's a lot more fulfilling to help somebody versus to, me buy another 50-unit apartment complex. So, that's what kind of inspired me. And I wish, like I said, 2, 3 years ago, I saw someone like me putting themselves out there and providing this education. So, and then, another benefit of having a mentor is, a lot of times it's a lifelong relationship, right? Like a lot of the current students that, I'm working with in the community I'm building, my goal is to, like I said, get people to my level, but also have, friends in a community. As you scale up in real estate, it's very lonely. Like I can't just tell my friends from high school, my friends from college that, hey, I own a 90 unit apartment complex portfolio. They're just going to look at me and, number one, get angry at me, think I'm cocky and think I'm arrogant and trying to show off, right? But for me, that's not my intent. For me, it's more of like, hey, I want to share what I learned, so maybe it'll help you grow, right? But in reality, people that maybe you went to college with, when you share your success with them, they get jealous, right? Because they think that, hey, we came from the same college, we came from the same pharmacy school. Like, why are you so much more wealthier? How'd you scale this huge real estate portfolio while working a full time W-2, just like me, right? So, just by picking your mentor and joining a community, it just kind of creates a more positive community. For me personally, like I said, none of my friends, none of my immediate circle, they don't really own much real estate. Most of them at this point are just looking to buy their, primary residence. Um, like I said, a lot of people, it just seems so foreign to them if I tell them that I own 90 units. And to be honest, because of that, I don't really share too much with my friends and family about what real estate I own. Right. And in another video, I mentioned that, my parents are actually against apartment complex or real estate investing. They think it's risky, right? They don't want debt. They're very debt averse. So I have to kind of withhold a lot of information, from my immediate friends and family because, it's just a lot of negativity. They say, oh, you won't succeed. You're going to fail. You're going to go bankrupt. You're making a stupid decision. And, when you're scaling a large real estate portfolio, you don't need that negativity, right? You want to be surrounded with people, community mentors that will be positive, right? They'll give you solutions. They'll show you that it can be done, right? So it's just a lot of it. It's just the psychology behind scaling a real estate portfolio, right? Like I said, the information's out there. Um, the knowledge isn't new. Like I said, people have been buying apartment complexes, mobile home parks for hundreds of years, but it's just that community and people that you resonate with to help elevate you, right? That's what I wish I had. Fortunately, I was able to have it, but I want to create my own community, right? That, basically fosters relationship and a long-term relationship, right? I want us to be, friends for life, right? Like kind of that new batch of friends. And, as I got in the adult world, it is harder to make friends. So, I just decided to put myself out there and see who I attract, right? And then create a like-minded community, and hopefully we're lifelong friends where we can continually push each other, inspire each other. Because don't get me wrong, if one of my students, surpasses me and they get to like 100, 200 units, definitely I'll be proud, but it's going to inspire me to kind of take action, to take further action and to push myself, right? So it's just kind of like a nice community, and that's the goal. And I guess the last benefit of having a mentor is it's just, like I said, nice having somebody, kind of hold your hand through the process, through the first one, and show you a system. And obviously, once you learn the system, you can kind of tweak it yourself, right? So, whatever style works for you. Like for me, I just like to learn to do it once. I'm gonna make my mistakes, and then from there, once I have my system in place, it just goes on autopilot, right? And like I said, for me, I'm not as interested in the syndication model right now because, I don't want to leave my W-2 job for another W-2 job, which is like syndication, right? It's a lot of, stress and pressure, reporting to investors. So, if that's what you want, great. But right now, that doesn't make sense for me. So, overall, at a kind of high level, there, the benefits of having a mentor is, it can expedite your journey by following a proven system. Number two is having someone remove the fear for you. Number three is having someone hold you accountable. Number four is you can leverage their resource in their network. And number five, it's just kind of being a part of a community of like-minded individuals who want to see you succeed, who want to see you grow. And, to pick your mentor, number six, it doesn't have to be that difficult, right? Just pick someone that resonates with you, someone who inspires you, and somebody that's doing that what you want to do, right? So like I said, whether that's me or whether that's Grant Cardone, whether it's someone else, just go with it, right? So overall, hopefully you found this video helpful. Please help the channel out by liking and subscribing and place any comments down below for any questions. If you have any questions or interested in the course or a mentorship program, please check out the description down below. And once again, hope to see you on the next video and in the weekly Q&A sessions. Thank you so much.